This is Audible.
The Rebound, an Audible original, written by Leanne Slade, performed by Claudia Jesse. Prologue. 10 years ago. They say every experience is a learning opportunity. Well, the morning my father moved out, I learned two things. The first was how to successfully dodge the projectile belongings my mum hurled from the bedroom window. Still in our pajamas, Dad and I hopped barefoot across our front garden, arms wide and aching. I tried to catch all his beloved things. The Olympic-grade tennis racket he'd sworn he would use but never did. His limited edition National Geographic collection. His plaid shirt sailed over our heads, landing in the rose bushes at the front of our family home. When his antique Rolex took flight, I flew like a world-class goalkeeper across the grass, catching it seconds before it hit the ground. There was no round of applause, no appreciation. Dad missed the whole thing after being smacked in the face with his Speedos. The postman, doing his early morning rounds, stopped in his tracks, perching on the brick wall over the road to get a better view of the drama. Derek and Diane Harris having a showdown the likes of which this little village had never seen. Dad peeled his budgie smugglers from his face and tugged at the roots of his salt and pepper hair. "Jesus Christ, Diane, will you calm down? You're embarrassing yourself." "Calm down? Calm down? You cheated on me." Mum's voice bounced around the street. If anyone was hoping for a lie-in, they weren't getting one. "I didn't cheat on you. You said you wanted a divorce. You said it was over. What was I supposed to do?" It was true. She did say that. This morning, last month, 10 years ago. He'd said it just as many times, even though they'd never followed through. Until now. I could recall at least 50 times I'd heard one of them say those words in my 17 years. I want a divorce. And that was just the occasions I was around for. I guess it took Dad meeting someone new for it to finally stick. That's what had started World War III in the Harris house, an early morning confession I'd heard through my bedroom wall. "I've met someone else, Diane." It wasn't a complete surprise, given my parents' marriage had more ups and downs than the world's most death-defying roller coaster. We'd get a few weeks of reprieve between each fight. One of stone-cold silence, one of faux make-up pleasantries, before something else would trigger a new one. A broken dishwasher that was Dad's fault for not calling the maintenance company, a blasé comment about the star of Grey's Anatomy being the best-looking man Mum had ever seen. It never took much. Dad turned to me, waving his swimwear in one hand like a tiny red flag. In his other hand, he held his toothbrush, the bristles coated in stray cat poo. "Kitty, please reason with your mother. She's acting completely insane." I trudged up to their bedroom, decimated by Hurricane Diane. The drawers to their dresser were on the floor, the wardrobe ransacked on Dad's side. His special neck pillow had taken the brunt of the fight. Duck feathers floated in the air like pollen. Rock stars high on heroin didn't cause this much damage. I'd had a sense of impending doom about my parents' relationship for as long as I could remember. A base-level anxiety that became so ingrained into everything I did, I barely noticed it anymore. Now that the worst was happening, I felt weirdly prepared. Like I'd spent my entire life in training for the moment their marriage finally imploded. Mum's shoulders heaved as she tore pages from the dog-eared book on Dad's bedside table. "Mum," I said from the doorway. Fistful of paper in hand, she paused. She took one look at me, dropped the book, and released all her emotion at once. I let her cry for a few minutes, patting her head, rubbing her back the way she did with me when I got sick when I was little. Ribena and cartoons weren't going to fix this one, though. "The biggest mistake I ever made was marrying your father, Kitty," she said. "Till death do us part, my arse." Her eyes were the size